Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 807th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. And what a battle I've got for you today. Now I wanted to show this battle because during the course of this battle you're going to see a 15-year-old infantry battle formation, okay? Maybe, as I say, all the way back from 2008. And we're going to see if a very old school morale-based infantry formation can still be effective on the 2023 battlefield. Okay, so this old infantry formation that you're going to see is very morale-based. I've been using the formation, as I say, for at least 15 years, so it'll be interesting to see how well it does on the modern-day battlefield. Okay, so this is fought on the Germanic forest map, as we talked about before, with the big open plains. If you want to fight out in the open, or if you want to hide your troops in the woods there, you could spring those nasty ambushes on the troops. But notice it's not a winter scenario. Okay, so no snow bonus for barbarians. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Vicox. Now he's just got 10 infantry, 4 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and he just got 7 upgrades on his cavalry. An experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack there on his cavalry. So that'd be a tried and tested vicox Roman army there. Be interesting to see how well he does with that. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Madking. Now Madking has got 6 cavalry, 3 archers, and he has also just got 10 infantry, the same as vicox. So vicox and Madking just 10 infantry each. Is that enough for the modern day battlefield? Well, I guess we'll just have to see as the battle unfolds. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius, who's got the Britannia faction. Now he's got 12 head hurlers, 2 druids, 4 heavy chariots, and 2 archer chariots there. Okay, so there's his archer chariot archers there. The missile carrier, fast moving, can form Cantabrian circle, and can be quite effective and a nuisance to enemy troops as well. Okay, as we know, barbarian troops have not got very good morale, so to bring morale boosting religious units is a really good tactical move, and I think that's a good move by Aurelius there, and he's got 2 of them to boost the morale of his troops, and that really does make a difference, these morale giving units. Okay, and then you've got the infamous head hurlers. Now I just want to show you the upgrades on those head hurlers that he's bought. If you count the upgrades, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fully upgraded head hurlers, 3 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Now remember, those heads are effective against armor, and he's got 12 units, and make no mistake, the firepower that he's bringing to this battlefield, it can be absolutely devastating with 12 head hurlers. Those of you that have fought against head hurlers will know how powerful these guys are. But if Aurelius hasn't turned the battle in his team's favour by the time all these head hurlers have thrown their heads, then all he's got is light infantry. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there with these. Yeah, as I say, I'm just going down the line counting the upgrades. Yeah, they're all fully upgraded head hurlers there. Okay, and then he's got his chariots here, his heavy chariots. Now remember, Britannia's got 2 lots of chariots. They've got the normal heavy chariots with 3 hit points, which are about 580 denarii, if I remember correctly, or these barbarian warlord chariots with 5 hit points, which are over 1,000 denarii. Now, over the years, I've tried with both types of chariots, and I would advise people to go for these barbarian warlord chariots. Those extra hit points really do make a difference on the battlefield. You'll find that they seem to fight for a lot longer than just the ordinary heavy chariots. And also, of course, when they rout, they leave the battlefield like any other unit. They just leave, they don't run amok like other chariot unit do, and I would say that these are probably the best chariots in the game there. Okay, so that's an interesting Britannia army there of Aurelius. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, with this very old Roman army of 15 infantry and 5 cavalry. As I say, this is probably a 15-year-old army, or maybe even older than that. I just like to draw your attention here. Can you see that I've got 2 eagle units? Okay, I've got 2 eagle units there, plus, okay, got 2 eagle units, plus I've got my general there as well. So as you can see, this old-fashioned, old-school army is very morale-based, and the only reason we're going to have a look at this battle formation is because it is going to be sorely tested later on in the battle. Will it hold, or will it break? And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Uther. Now Uther's got 3 archers, 6 chosen axemen, 3 berserkers, 1 knight raider, and 1 spear unit, and 6 cavalry. Okay. He's got 5 heavy cavalry and a fast moving light cavalry. But this is an interesting Germanic battle formation here. Can you see what he's trying to do with this battle formation? He's trying to protect his berserkers. Remember, if an enemy unit gets close or touches a berserker unit, it activates that berserker unit, and the moment a berserker unit is activated, it goes out the control of its Germanic general and just chases the nearest enemy unit. Okay, so that's why Uther's protecting those berserkers there. Now, first of all, you've got the chosen axemen. Now, remember, these are effective against armor axes, and these guys have got excellent morale, the same as urban cohorts. You might not know that. So they're effective against armor, and they got the same morale as urban cohorts. Then you've got the Knight Raiders here. You'll see that he's made his general unit a Knight Raider unit. Remember, the Knight Raiders are good infantry in their own right, but they also bring a fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops, destabilizing them, making them more susceptible to routing. And here we have the Spear Warband unit, 121-man Spear Warband unit. Of course, they got spears, so they're anti-cavalry, but they're also good at holding up enemy infantry. Now, many years ago, 2 or 3 of these units were always in a Germanic general's army because they're so useful. But in modern Germanic armies, you very rarely see these units. But believe me, they're really good anti-cavalry units, and as I say, they can hold infantry quite well as well there. As I say, you don't see them in modern Germanic armies that often. Then we've got the infamous berserkers with their effective against armor maces, their 2 hit points, their excellent attacking specifications, but above all, the fear factor that they bring to the battlefield, where they take morale away from enemy troops, as we talked about this before, destabilizing them, making them more susceptible to routing. And just look at the size of the berserker in comparison to ordinary troops. So you can see the makers of this game really made those berserkers tough there. But I just thought that was an interesting battle formation for you to look at there, protecting his berserkers. Quick look at the upgrades on his Gothic cavalry. And I think 1, 2... looks like he's got 7 upgrades. An Experience Stripe, Gold Shield, Gold Attack on his Gothic cavalry there. So there you are, that's Uther's Germanic army. He doesn't bring Germania very often, but when he does bring them, they can be very, very effective. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member JGP. Now, JGP's got 2 archers, 11 infantry, and 6 cavalry. Okay? And if we have a look at the upgrades on his infantry, you'll see his forward unit, his pilot shield units, have just got Gold Shield, Gold Attack on there, as you can see. Okay, so that's his pilot shield units, but if you go further back into his battle formation, you'll see that most of his units have got 7 upgrades on, and Experience Stripe, Gold Shield, Gold Attack there. Okay, so he's got mixed upgrades, but the majority of his infantry have got 7 upgrades on, which tells me that his cavalry are probably only, just Gold Shield, Gold Attack, as he spent most of his money on his infantry there. Okay, so that was a tried and tested JGP Roman army there. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman. Now, Barclayman's got 4 archers, 10 pikes, 5 cavalry, and 1 chariot unit. Just look at the upgrades on his battle formation here. You'll see his forward units have just got 7 upgrades on, an Experience Stripe, Gold Shield, Gold Attack. Okay, but if you go further into his battle formation, you'll see the rear units, if you count, have got 8 upgrades on, 2 Experience Stripes, Gold Shield, Gold Attack on them. And just look at the length of those pikes that our guys have got to fight down to kill the man on the other end. So as I say, so if you notice there, he's got staggered upgrades through his battle formation there. The forward units there with the smaller upgrades will hopefully take the casualties and weaken the enemy troops as they go into battle. Okay, so that's what those forward units would do with the smaller upgrades. And then when they've weakened the enemy troops, he brings his better upgraded infantry forward there to finish them off. That's the thinking behind that battle formation, I think. And there you go. He's got 7 upgrades, an Experience Stripe, Gold Shield, Gold Attack on his cataphracts. Remember, we call these guys the tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe. And used properly, they can be battle-winning troops there. So there's Barclayman's Seleucid army there, and he's got archers there because, of course, his pikemen are very susceptible to any kind of missile damage. So to bring 4 lots of archers there is a good move there to try and neutralise any archer threat. And their last teammate is Brotherhood member Lando, whose army is obviously hiding in the woods. He's got 4 archers, 11 infantry and 5 cavalry, plus of course he's got this old school armoured cavalry general unit there. As I say, the rest of his army are hiding in the woods. The old school armoured cavalry general is a general we all used to bring up to about, say, 15 years ago. Should be a great one for you to watch. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, you'll see Lando here looking to make a nuisance of himself with that fast-moving armoured cavalry general, looking to smash into the flank of Mad King's moving infantry with that unit. That's what I think he's thinking. But you can see Aurelius here has done a great teamwork move. He knows what Lando wants to do, so he's brought his chariots over here, look, to cover Mad King's movement. That's a great teamwork move there by Aurelius. As I say, Lando would love to smash into the flank of Mad King's moving infantry there, but Aurelius bringing his chariots over there has covered Mad King's flank there. So it makes it a bit more difficult to know, for Lando to know exactly what to do. Let's pause the game for a second here. So as I say, this old battle formation that I've been using for maybe since 2008, 2007, really, really old here, but this battle formation suits me, and it's a very old school, old-fashioned, morale-based infantry battle formation there. Now remember that the only reason I'm showing you this old school battle formation is because later on in the battle, this old school formation is sorely tested by the enemy troops. But as I say, this is a tried and tested battle formation I've been using since 2007, 2008. And as I say, it's a very morale-based army. So as I say, later on in the battle, it's going to be sorely tested by the enemy team. Over here you'll see that Aurelius' fast-moving chariots are nearly caught. Now they have caught Lando's general there. Now remember that Lando's general's fast moving as well, but he's been caught by the chariots here. But I think Lando's doing an old school tactic here. He's trying to draw the chariots close to his allies' archers there. Okay, so you can see that JGP's archers here, there, will be ready to shoot Aurelius' chariots if they get into range. So of course Lando spotted that JGP's chariots are there, so now he's going to try and lead the chariots closer to the archers so that JGP can then target those chariots of Aurelius there. Old school, old fashioned tactic. You don't see it used that much these days, but it's just nice to see that. It takes me back to about 2007, 2008 maybe, when you used to see this tactic done quite a lot. So there you are, you can see there that Lando's obviously drawn those chariots into archer range there, purposely. Okay, Lando's lost some of his general unit there, but he's hoping that the archers there will damage some of the chariots, but unfortunately there, I don't think that old school tactic worked that time. As you can see here, Lando lost several of his armoured cavalry general unit there. Okay, you can see that there where the chariots got up to him, but if you notice, I don't think Aurelius has lost any of his chariots at all. So as I say, that old school tactic that Lando just did was a good tactic, but because Aurelius has got those barbarian warlord chariots with their 5 hit points, he didn't suffer any casualties there from the archer fire of JGP. Now if you notice here, can you see that Mad King is going to take the left flank? Okay, so please make a note of that. Mad King's going to move his green brutal army over to the left flank, and Vicox is going to hold our right flank. Okay, so Mad King's going to hold the left, Vicox going to hold the right. And if you notice here, you'll see Aurelius keeping his head hurlers at the back here. Obviously he's keeping his head hurlers out of range of the enemy archers. Remember, head hurlers are extremely susceptible to any kind of missile damage, and the enemy team would love to get their archers in range of these head hurlers, knowing the damage that these head hurlers could do. So as say, Aurelius needs to keep them out of range of the enemy archers there. Now here you'll see them shooting fire arrows on to Aurelius' chariots. He needs to move them out of the way quick. I see one of his chariots has just been taken out by the fire arrows there. I think that's Lando there shooting his fire arrows in there to those chariots there. Okay, as you can see there, one of Aurelius' chariots just got taken out by fire arrows. Remember that for most chariot units, like Seleucid kind of thing, they will rout when hit by fire arrows there. But here you can see Lando with his armoured cavalry general, fast moving armoured cavalry general, being a nuisance again, attacking our archers there with that unit. As I say, about 15 years ago, you'd see all Roman generals bring in an armoured cavalry general as their general, and before we switch to an infantry general. But here you'll see that Madking looks like he can bring a cavalry unit out to counter Lando's fast-moving armoured cavalry general there. And over here, just like you to see, can you see that JGP's put a couple of cavalry units into the woods? Now I'm guessing there that he's going to hide them in the woods there, and he might try and spring a trap on vicox. Now if you keep looking here at these two purple cavalry units, you'll see them disappear. There you are. Now they're hiding in the woods there. Okay, so they're hiding in the woods, and maybe they might be an ambush here for vicox's cavalry if vicox didn't see that they were there. So let's see what happens here. You'll see vicox moving across here. Now get ready for this. There you are. And JGP's cavalry that were hiding in the woods, now there you are. Let's come out of hiding there. And now vicox is going to retreat. It wouldn't surprise me if some enemy cavalry reinforcements came over here as well. There you go. You can see there's some enemy Germanic cavalry coming over as well. There, the Gothic cavalry. Plus, as I say, you got JGP's purple SBQR cavalry there as well, and they kind of ambushed vicox's cavalry there. Okay, so the best thing for vicox to do is to do exactly what he's doing there, run his cavalry away from this two lots of cavalry that are after him. Otherwise, there's a good chance he would lose his own cavalry there. So, as I say, that was a nice little ambush there by the enemy there. JGP's cavalry hiding in the woods, and then the Germanic cavalry came over to help him there against vicox's cavalry. So it's a nice ambush tactic. That's why I say I like using this map. It's nice to have woods where you can hide units and spring those nasty ambushes, as you just saw there. So that's pretty good there. I think they routed one of vicox's cavalry units, but it will probably rally, I'm thinking there. Okay, so as I say, you can see Madking with his green Bruting army is over on the left flank here. Okay, I'm holding the centre and vicox is on the right flank. And as I say, this is going to be a really close battle. And as I say, we're going to have a close look at a really old-fashioned, old-school battle formation and see if it can still hold. Right, you can see a lot of our cavalry and chariots are moving over to the right flank with anticipation the enemy may attack there. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, you'll see that Lando is moving his infantry over to our left flank here to face Madking. Okay, as we know, Lando, one of the most aggressive attacking players in the game there. And as I say, if he's moving over to our left flank, that is where he definitely is deciding to attack. You can see Madking here throwing in some pilers into the forward units of Lando's army there. But Lando's pulled back a little bit there out of piler range. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. As I say, wherever Lando moves on the battlefield, it's usually where him and his team attack. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Right, you can see Madking moving some units forward there towards Lando. And there you see a little bit more of pilot exchanging going on there. And just look at those pilers going in there. It's kind of almost like raining pilers there, isn't it? Just look at that. Doing a lot of damage to each other there. So, as I say, where Lando's positioned his army, he hasn't moved it there for no reason. I'm thinking that that's where the team are thinking they're going to attack. But then saying that, looking over here on our right flank, JGP's moved towards vicox. This could possibly be an attack point here. Over here you'll see that Aurelius looks like he's managed to rout a couple of enemy cavalry there. But you can see JGP's brought a couple of his infantry units over there to kind of block any more movement by Aurelius's chariots in this direction. But if you notice there, can you see frightened by chariots? So like I say, even though the chariots are not engaged with enemy troops there, the fear factor that they bring, taking the morale away from enemy troops, destabilising them, making more susceptible to routing, is very important. As I say, two of these cavalry units have been routed there by Aurelius's chariots. You can see by the casualties here that Aurelius's chariots did cause them quite a few casualties as well there. So as I say here, but looking on both flanks here, it looks like we could be attacked on either flank. Looking at the disposition of the enemy troops here. And if you notice here, they put the Seleucid pikemen in front of my army, where they seem to be moving there other armies around the battlefield quite effectively. As I say here, we know Madking's also very aggressive there, and you can see him throwing his forward units in against Lando's forward units there. So as I say, you got two very aggressive attacking players here on our left flank. Remember, Mad King is the green Brutio army, and Lando is the purple SBQR army there. So just at a glance, you can see what's happening here on the left flank. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot more pilot exchanging going on there. Okay, you can see here that Aurelius is starting to move his head hurlers forward. So it'd be interesting to see which flank he's going to go on with those. Let's say here, you can see JGP doing some skirmishing with vicox there. But I'm just looking at the general disposition of the enemy troops, and you can see the Germanic army of Uther's here has definitely moved over to the left flank. So looking at the cavalry they've got locked and loaded here, you can see that all the Germanic army plus JGP's cavalry locked and loaded. It wouldn't surprise me here if vicox was the target, or this could just be a ploy and they may well all of a sudden switch to the other flank. We just have to see what happens here. But at the moment, you can see a lot of pressure on vicox. Right, now here comes Aurelius's head hurlers there. Now remember, these head hurlers are extremely short range, and if you don't turn the skirmish mode off of them, you'll see them run away from enemy troops. Can you see them actually moving away now from the enemy troops here, because the skirmish mode is still on? But as I say, they got extremely short range, but they can be very, very effective. A lot of you that have faced a lot of head hurlers will know exactly how effective they can be. As I say, I've moved my red Julia army forward, but over here you'll see, as I say, Mad King and Lando are locking horns there. And oh, as we thought, can you see that Germania looked like it was going to attack on our left flank, and has now switched, and it looks like it may well be moving over to the right flank there to attack Mad King. So I think that was a deception tactic there by the enemy team, making us think they were going to hit on the left, and you got all these Seleucid cataphracts there in wedge formation for more impact, more penetration, plus you got Lando's cavalry there. I think Mad King could well be the target here. I think we need to watch. This is where the hammer blow is going to fall the hardest, I think, on the left flank. Luckily, Aurelius is bringing his head hurlers forward there, so he'll be able to cause a lot of casualties there. And as you can see, my army is in the centre there, facing the Seleucid pikes. And over here on the right flank as well, it looks like, as I say, a little bit of skirmishing going on between the two forward units of JGP and vicox's army here. But it looks to me, the way that Germanic army has switched from the left flank over to the right flank there, I think it looks like they're going to attack Mad King. That's where that's where it looks like the hammer blow is going to fall the hardest here on our left flank. Okay, you can see Lando already attacking. Right, here comes an SBQ or cavalry. It looked like it was going to charge in, but here comes Uther's Gothic cavalry. Get ready for this, and bang! As he smashes in to Mad King's units there. Now, I thought Lando would have charged his cavalry in at the same time so that they get the full cavalry charge bonus there. So you got Lando's infantry and Uther's Gothic cavalry smashing in to the thin green line of Mad King there. You can see Mad King bringing some reinforcements over there, 3 infantry units. You've got vicox's cavalry over on this flank here, ready to help Mad King, but you can see all that enemy cavalry there, ready to smash that thin green line there. Meanwhile, here you'll see the Germanic effective against armour axemen have been brought in, but you can see the amount of pilers I'm throwing into those axemen. I think those axemen could well really lose a lot of men before they even get into contact with a lot of my troops. There you can see one of my units routing there. But I think I'm going to kill a lot of those axemen with my pilers there. I can see my troops are intimidated by nearby enemy, and that will be the one of the Germanic units there. And as I say, you can see here Aurelius has got his head hurlers there throwing some heads into the enemy. Meanwhile, over here on our right flank, you'll see that JGP's army along with his cavalry are there. That's the reason I'm keeping my cavalry on this flank here, okay, is to support vicox. Because if JGP attacks with cavalry and infantry there, which he may well do, I can then counter JGP's cavalry with my cavalry. That's why I'm keeping my cavalry as I say, on this flank here to support Vicox against JGP's cavalry if he gets hit. But over here on our left flank, the thin green line of Mad King's army there, I think, is in danger of being broken. Here you can see some SBQR cavalry charging there. You can see Vicox charging some of his cavalry units in there to try and help Mad King's infantry there, and bang, as that SBQR cavalry smashes in to the thin green line of Mad King's infantry. Here you can see Mad King bringing his cavalry into the fray there. He's up against a Seleucid cataphracts there of Barclayman there. Look at bang as those cataphracts charge in there. Oh my gosh. There you can see, and now you can see Mad King counter-attacking with his cavalry against those cataphracts there. Nice counter-attack, but here comes the chariots. I think Mad King needs to move his cavalry out because there's some enemy SBQR cavalry coming in to help the Seleucid cavalry, and bang, and it smashes in there. Okay, so I'm just thinking here, with the Seleucid cataphracts attacking Mad King's cavalry, plus the SBQR cavalry just arrived, plus there's a chariot unit there, it might be a good idea for Mad King to move his cavalry out the way there. But here you can see the Gothic cavalry there of Germania smashed into that thin green line of Mad King's infantry, could break through there. I think our left flank is in danger of breaking. There's 3 berserker units that have not been activated yet. It'd be interesting to see what Uther's going to do with them. It'd be interesting to see if he's going to attack my army or whether he's going to take them over to the other flank. Meanwhile, on our right flank here, you can see that JGP with his cavalry and infantry is smashed into Vicox. You can see that I'm counter-attacking with my cavalry here to try and help Vicox on our right flank. So we've got pressure on our left flank and pressure on our right flank here. Things not looking very good at this stage there. Just look at the pressure that JGP's putting Vicox under there. As I say, that's the reason I kept my cavalry on that flank there, was to help Vicox. Here you'll see, oh my gosh, on our left flank here, you can see that Mad King's cavalry have all been routed there. Mad King's general has just been taken out as well. As you can see there, you can see Mad King's general's been taken out there. And at the moment, Mad King's just got 2 infantry units holding our left flank, and they could just about be smashed here by enemy cavalry and infantry. Oh my gosh. Right. So after a fierce fight, okay, our left flank has now been broken. Our left flank has been smashed, crashed and broken there, and poor old Mad King's lost all his infantry. So now they can look to smash into the flank of my battle formation there, or hit the head hurlers of Aurelius here. Okay, so after a fierce fight, as you can see, our left flank has been broken, and they will look to roll us up from left to right. Now, you know we've talked about chasing routing units down on our battle videos before, where these cavalry of Mad Kings have rallied. Okay, now I think that's a bit of a problem for the enemy troops there. They should have chased his cavalry down, because these rallied cavalry could come back into the battle and bite them in the butt. Okay, they should have chased those cavalry off the battlefield there once they were routed, but they've left them there, and those cavalry are going to rally, and as I say, they could come back and bite the enemy in the butt. But the main thing for us is our left flank has been broken, and the enemy will definitely look to roll us up from left to right. The Seleucid pikemen are probably trying to hold and pin my forward units, but look at the German axemen here. Can you see there a massive pile of German axemen dead that have just been killed by pilers? You can see that, the way that they're stood there, you can see there's hardly any of my troops dead amongst them there. That's just piler hits on them, and probably head hurlers as well. Because if you notice there, Aurelius had his head hurlers just behind my infantry. So that's a combination of pilers and head hurlers have destroyed those axemen there. But here you can see Vicox bringing his red Roman cavalry into the flank of the enemy SBQR troops. You can see my cavalry have pulled back, locked and loaded and charged in, and bang, as they smash in there. Oh my gosh, bad news on our right flank. Can you see that Uther's moved his 3 berserker units over to our right flank, and he has now activated them. Okay, so the fear factor, the attacking specification these guys have got, do you know there's a good chance our right flank might be routed as well here? Oh my gosh. So things not looking very good for us. The left flank routed, and our right flank looks like it's in danger of being routed as well. Here, And you can see Aurelius has got his chariots in behind the enemy troops there. Now he hasn't engaged them, and you might think they're not doing anything, but like we said in other battle videos, those chariots are sapping the morale away from enemy troops. Okay, just keeping those chariots near the enemy troops is sapping the morale of them there. Right, you can see Barclayman bringing more of his pike units out of the woods here on our right flank. Okay, so remember here that we are the red Julii, and the enemy are the purple SBQR and those berserkers that you can see the red banner flashing there where they've been activated. You can see some more Seleucid pikemen coming over there as well. But make no mistake, those berserkers are the morale sapping ability that they've got, and the attacking specification they've got are massive. There you are, you can see Lando bringing his SBQR cavalry over here on this right flank as well. Oh my gosh, can we hold the right flank? Meanwhile here, a lot. There you are, those Seleucid cataphracts, they only had gold shield, gold attack on them, I think the upgrades were. And you can see that those fully upgraded head herders have managed to rout them there. So that's pretty good. There, that's good news. But here you'll see that Barclayman has launched a full out attack on the forward units of my old school battle formation there. His Seleucid pikemen are now moving in on, as I say, the forward units of my battle formation here. You'll see that I've turned a couple of units here in my battle formation here to face the as our left flank had been broken. So I've turned those units there to face any enemy attack coming in on the left flank of my battle formation there. Okay, so that's why I've turned the units to face there. But as I say, the Seleucid pikes there of Barclayman pulling in on me there. But as I say, our right flank here, I think, looking at the general disposition of what's happening here, especially with those 3 berserker units, there's a good chance our right flank could be broken as well. Oh my gosh, look at JGP pushing his SBQR infantry into poor old Vicox's infantry there. And the head herders are still doing well. The head herders are going to be throwing lots of heads into the enemy troops there. But I can see several of those head herder units starting to rout now under the pressure of the enemy cavalry and infantry. Look at Lando, he's got his infantry now in behind us. He's actually got his infantry in behind us there. And as I say, meanwhile on our right, oh my gosh, Vicox's general has just been taken out. Right, okay, let's pause the game for a second here. So, Lando has just smashed his cavalry into the flank of my old school battle formation there. And still my battle formation holds. But here on the right flank, as I say, Vicox's general has just been taken out. And for all intents and purposes, it looks like our right flank has now been broken as well as our left flank. Okay, so our right and left flank have just been broken there by the enemy team. Okay, so well done to the enemy team there. As I say, they broke Madking's infantry there and routed his cavalry, but his cavalry has rallied. But over here on the right flank there, you'll see that all of Vicox's infantry has just been routed there, and a lot of his cavalry are extremely battle damaged. Okay, so you can see here things not looking very good. Looks to me like I could be smashed in on the right flank here, as well as coming in from behind me now. I see Lando's infantry has moved in behind. Look at the inroads that those Seleucid pikemen have made into my old school battle formation there. Just look at those long pikes there pushing in on my infantry. Okay, make no mistake there. My army now, I'm going to try and make it the anchor of our team. I'm going to try and hold and be the anchor there, and hopefully my allies might be able to fight round my battle formation here with their cavalry that they've got left to be able to pick off targets there. Right, if you notice here, you'll see I've got SBQR infantry coming in there. They're behind me as well. You can see I'm charging my cavalry in, trying to pick off the rear of enemy troops, smashing to the enemy troops there. But as I say, just look at the inroads at those Seleucid pikemen, and that one Germanic spear unit is making in to my infantry there. There's Lando's cavalry there, could well smash into me there, possibly into that left flank of my battle formation. But as I say, this was a mistake, I think, by the enemy team in not chasing down Madking's cavalry. He's still got 4 well upgraded cavalry there that could maybe, as I say, come back into the battle and bite the enemy in the butt. You've got Vicox's archers there. They're not shooting at the moment, so I think they might be all out of arrows, so he can alt attack with them. But as I say, my battle formation here, I'm trying to be the anchor of the team. Hopefully my allies will be able to fight round my battle formation there, picking off individual enemy units is what I'm hoping they're going to do there. You can see I charged my cavalry unit in there, routed one of the SPQR units, but it looks like my cavalry is just about going to get smashed by enemy cavalry there, and bang, as that SPQR cavalry smashes into my cavalry there. As I say, look at Mad King here, charging his cavalry, his rallied cavalry around the battlefield there. Pause the game for a second there. So he just smashed in there, he's going to start picking on individual enemy units, I think, now. Okay, but now I've got SPQR infantry coming in on my flank. If you notice, I've turned 2 units in my old school battle formation to face the attack coming in on the right flank. Okay, as I say, this battle formation I've been using since 2007-2008. Is it still effective on the 2023 battlefield? Well, I think we're just about to see there. You can see enemy cavalry coming in on my flank. As I say, those Seleucid pikemen are making real inroads into my battle formation there. And you can see the enemy purple SPQR troops are coming in from the rear and the flank of my battle formation as well there. Can you see that? They're trying to destroy my battle formation there if they can, and then they can turn their armies onto my allies. Okay, that's what they're trying to do. Just look how they're trying to force their infantry into my battle formation there. You can see Lando's got cavalry locked and loaded out there, and here you can see I've got some very battle damaged cavalry left. Can you see my cavalry? I've just smashed into those 2 SPQR units there, took them out. As I say, our cavalry's going to have to be selective on who we hit. Okay, if you notice here, I've turned my general now. I've took my general more into my infantry formation and turned it backwards, so it's facing rear now for any attacks coming in on our rear. But you can see those SPQR infantry and another Seleucid pike unit coming in to my battle formation there, and still my morale based old school old fashioned battle formation is still managing to hold, even with this massive attack coming in from all directions there. But as I say, I'm hoping my allies can ride their cavalry around the battlefield and hit selected targets, smash into the rear of tired, weakened troops there. As I say, not chasing down Mad King's cavalry I think was a big mistake. And here you can see Aurelius not committing his chariots, but just standing there, frightened by chariots. Can you see? Taking the morale away from enemy troops there. If you notice there, all these units are frightened by chariots. So even though Aurelius hasn't engaged those chariots, the fear factor, the morale sapping ability that they've got could be really important in this battle. As I say, you can see Lando's cavalry locked and loaded there. You can see them coming in behind and on the flank of my old school battle formation there. And still that morale based battle formation still holding even now. And just look at the way that they're pushing in on that flank, and look at those Seleucid pikes at the front. Look at the inroads they're making into my battle formation there. And there you can see Aurelius now is committing his chariots there. He is now attacking tired, battle damaged enemy troops there. And you can see, I can't believe it, I've still got some cavalry units left. I thought most of my cavalry had been destroyed. They're very, very battle damaged units there. But as I say, Mad King's cavalry here has definitely been making a real difference there. The rallied cavalry units that he's brought back into the fray. Here you can see there, I think we might have just killed the SPQR general there, which if we have, that's good news for us, taking a morale bonus away. If you notice now, I'm bringing reinforcements from the left of my battle formation over to the right now. Okay, can you see that? I've just brought a unit that was guarding our left flank now over to the right flank there to help to try and shore up the right flank. Pause the game for a second. So here, now don't forget, this is, I know we've talked about this a bit, but Mad King's rallied cavalry, which should have been chased off the battlefield, is now locked and loaded, look, and ready to maybe smash in to those the flank of those Seleucid engaged pikemen there. Okay, and as I say, Aurelius's chariots there, he's been moving around the battlefield, hitting isolated battle damaged enemy units, but also taking the morale away from enemy troops there. Here's Vicox, look, he's still got a couple of cavalry units now. Oh my gosh, I've still got 3 extremely battle damaged cavalry units left there. But you can see them really pushing in to my old school, old fashioned 2007-2008 battle formation there. And it looks to me like it's still effective even on the 2023 battlefield here. Just look at those SPQR and Seleucid troops really trying to push it in to my battle formation there. Right, here comes Mad King. You can see vicox is charging here, but here comes Madking's cavalry. He's got a good chance of routing those Seleucid pike units there. Get ready for and bang! As he smashes in there. Oh my gosh, I think that Aurelius' general's just been taken out, but that was a great cavalry charge. Like I said, if you don't chase down routing units, they come back and bite you in the butt. And that's exactly what Madking's done there. He just came back and bit the enemy team right in the butt there as it smashed into the back of those Seleucid pikemen. Oh my gosh, so there you are, and you can see the enemy troops still coming, still attacking me even now, there, but my battle formation still holding. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. So, over here I thought I'd just show you a good tactic here. Vicox has been drawing the berserkers away from the main battlefield here, and he's been drawing them over towards Aurelius' chariot archers. So these chariot archers have been shooting arrows into the berserkers while they're chasing Vicox's infantry. And I think that between them, between Vicox and Aurelius, they've taken out 2 or all 3 of the Germanic berserkers there by Vicox drawing those berserkers near to Aurelius' chariot archers. So that's a really good tactic, old school tactic as well. That I haven't seen that for a while, so that's a nice bit of teamwork there between Vicox and Aurelius. Okay, if you notice now, if you notice that my battle formation was defending all the way through the battle, I'm now no longer defending, I am now attacking. Can you see I've moved these units out of my battle formation now, and are now attacking those tired, battle damaged SPQR units there. I've still got some of my infantry in that old school battle formation there, but I'm just now come out of that and I'm now attacking those tired, as I say, battle damaged SPQR units. We've got a Seleucid pike unit coming in behind me there, but what I'm going to do, I'm not going to fight that Seleucid pike unit head on as they would like me to. I'm going to move my infantry away from that general Seleucid unit there and try and get in behind them and try and hit it in the flank. You don't want to fight pike units head on. There's a Madking charging his cavalry unit in again. Look, and bang! As he smashed into the back of that Seleucid unit, routed it on impact. And as I say, these cavalry shouldn't even be on the battlefield. They should have been chased off. So really well done to Madking. He's done extremely well there. And you can see there's just a couple of Seleucid pike units left there now. And if you notice now, I'm coming in from different angles on that general unit, the Seleucid unit there. Can you see that? Now, it wouldn't surprise me if Madking smashed into the back of this one Seleucid pike unit. There you are, that. Bang! And then go through my infantry. He'll charge through my infantry into the back of that Seleucid general unit. There you are. That's what he's going to do. Look, and bang! And I'm moving my infantry forward as well there. And we've sandwiched and taken out the Seleucid general. So it looks like our team, after losing our left and right flank, it looks like our team has managed to go on and win this battle. Oh my gosh, how the heck did we do that? With our left and right flank taken out. Over here, Vicox, I thought, held really well against massive enemy attacks here on our right flank. I mean, the enemy just absolutely hammered him on the right flank, and he held for a long time with support with my cavalry. So he managed to do really well there on the right flank. But over here on the left flank, Madking did exactly the same with a thin green line. He held there for a long time there, I thought, against massive enemy odds. So well done to Madking and Vicox there. And of course, Aurelius was backing him up with his head herders. And as I say, my infantry formation was kind of like the anchor of the team in the centre there. But just look at the battles in behind my battle formation here. You can see lots of enemy cavalry dead. And you can see lots of head herders dead there behind us. So, as I say, I'm really surprised at how we managed to win this. As I say, all these dead axemen here have been killed by a combination of pilers from my army and the head hurlers. The effective against armour heads that came in on them as well. Must have been devastating firepower in there from the head hurlers. Caused so many casualties to those Germanic axemen there. Wouldn't surprise me if Aurelius got some good kills in this battle with 12 head hurlers there. So as I say, if you just look across the battlefield here, you can see how intense the fighting was there. See a lot of head hurlers dead there with their tartan trousers there. Let's say over here on the right flank, there you can see how devastating the fighting was there. So I say we've just taken out there. If you look at Madking, I think he's got 4 extremely battle damaged rallied cavalry units left there, and I think he's got a couple of archer units left as well. But that's the entirety of his army. And as I say, I think coming back with that rallied cavalry really did help in this battle. And I think Vicox has got maybe a couple of units left. That's all he's got left as well. So it just goes to show how a real grinding down battle this was. There, look, you can see I've got a couple of infantry units left here. Look at that, reduced to 13 men in that one, and what's that there? Reduced to 4 men in that one there. Oh, and look at my cavalry. Got so many cavalry left there. The one cavalry unit there has got 2 men left in it. Oh my gosh. Oh, and I got a cavalry unit with 1 man left in it. So this just goes to show how real this was, a real battle of attrition, a grinding down battle there. Great moves from I think both teams here. Let's say I think Aurelius has just got a couple of units left himself there. I think there's 1 Seleucid pike unit left now, and I can see that being run in behind there. He may well go for my general. There you are. Can you see that pike unit there? You may well head in for my Julii general there. We may well spot him. There, we've just killed the Seleucid general there, and that Seleucid pike unit, not very good morale in Seleucid. They're just routed on impact. So it looks like our team managed to somehow turn this battle around. I mean, we really did snatch victory from the jaws of defeat there. So I'd like to say really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well in this epic battle. And as you can see, it was a close victory there, as we thought it might be. And the highest kills in the game, very, very surprisingly, goes to my army there. Bearing in mind I was defensive for most of that battle. We know that RTW rewards good attacking, aggressive play with good kills, so I'm really pleased with the kills that I managed to get there, and how well that old school, old fashioned battle formation held as an anchor for the team. Very pleased with that. So well done to Uther. Got some great kills with Germania. Look, nearly 1,300 kills. So really well done to Uther. Got highest kills in his team. Well done to JGP. Very aggressive and attacking on our right flank. So well done to him. Played extremely well there. And well done to Barclayman. Very aggressive attacking there with his cataphracts and his pikes there. And well done to Lando. Just got over 1,000 kills there. Very aggressive on our left flank. So really well played, guys. As I say, very pleased with the kills that I got. Very unusual these days for me to get the highest kills, so I'm very pleased with that there. And it was a team effort, I think, that managed to get me those kills. Well done to Vicox there, got some good kills. I'm really glad that he got so many good kills, bearing in mind he was smashed and crashed on that right flank. Did really well. Well done to Aurelius. As I said, the head hurlers, look, really put up his kill count, plus his chariot hits as well. So well done to Aurelius. And well done to Madking. Bearing in mind he was smashed and crashed on our left flank. He got some good kills as well. So really well done to him. Do you think that either team had a faction advantage here? They had Germania, Rome, Seleucid and Rome there. So that was quite a good combination, I think. And we had Rome, Britannia and Rome there. So do you think, looking at the teams, there's any faction advantage there? I was just going to say, if you enjoyed this epic battle, we play Rome Total War every Friday and Saturday night. You would be more than welcome to come and join us. And of course, if you get into one of our great battles, you may well see yourself on this YouTube channel in a really great battle. So it'd be really nice to see you. But as I say, I really do, those of you that watch our battle videos a lot will know I love bringing old armies, old battle formations from many, many years ago to the modern day battlefield, just to see if they're still effective in 2023. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this battle. I look forward to seeing you soon, and bye for now.